Hi. It's very funny that I choose the Joker face to this stream, but I usually stream with this face, so I'm not going to talk about the feminist side or liberal side. I bet that everyone will talk about this. Yet I'm going to talk about what is TV show want to show us, want to like put in our face and tell us that it's like normal American city. First episode starts from the rich girl have nothing to do. She is trained. He is a good one. She is instead of doing something good for her city, I guess, or something along those lines, she's just simply hanging around and spending father's money. She recalling how she lost her mother, and of course, first thing that she do is blame the person that doesn't save her, her mother. It's very interesting concept, and it's very American. It's all about you. It's all about that someone didn't do something, and then therefore we have to blame him or her. But the question is that Gotham represents normal American city with normal American mentality, with normal American problems, endless homelessness, orphans, not satisfied people who become criminals. Gotham is literally producing criminals in huge numbers. Gotham is the printing machine for the criminals in the first place. And the fact that instead of, police working and do their job, or someone else working and do their job, no. Gotham need a hero. Instead of, get together and fight against crime, Gotham need a hero that will come and save. It's like with Trump. The Jesus will came and will save us. Oh, he's a Trump. The Jesus, he is our Jesus and he came to save us. In general, I want to talk about not the screenplay, not the feminism or liberal problems in the show, not the cast, which is awful, of course, not even how the actors acting, they are terrible. Let's say it's not important in my stream. The ideology behind such TV show not only liberal and destructible for the family in general, but also it's all about that American society shown here is very well. There is rich people and they can do whatever the fuck they want and no one will stop them and no one will say anything against them. There is people who serve for rich people. There is people who control the city. And there is criminals. And there is orphans. Where do you think it's like, think about it. Wayne Enterprises own half of the city. And instead of, developing good infrastructure, good jobs in the city, so criminals do not have, this soil to produce more and more criminals, that the people who is criminals, most of time it's people who have nothing to do else. They have no job, they have no future, they have no hope, and they simply go and, I don't know, in the streets rob people. desperate people, people with problems, etc. Look at Joker in The Black Knight. Joker does not choose to work with criminals. Joker chooses to work with crazy people. And those crazy people was only one who he relied upon. Instead, what we see from the beginning of this show, orphans create a gang. And one of them, again, a problem, that woman ruling this criminal sect, criminal gang, let's say. Orphans with problems. Where do orphans came from? Why they doesn't satisfied? Why they have no job? Why Gotham still in such a criminal, I guess, in such a big problem with criminal in general? Why is that? Wayne Enterprises own half of the city, at least half of the city, maybe even whole city. And yet, Bruce Wayne and his father do not create conditions where there will be no criminals, where people will believe in prosperous city, where people will have the jobs. Yet, Wayne Enterprises own half of the city and pretty much therefore own all the city. But what we see instead, rich people spend their money where they want, how they want, and do what they want, and no one will stop them. And there is no law for them. What do common people do? What do working people do? They work hard every day trying to escape from this reality. They trying to keep up somehow with these conditions, which is not good conditions like at all. And therefore, what we see instead of, we see the hero who saved the city and he came from the skies like a Jesus. No. We see rich people create problem and creating the solution that will not hurt their income, first of all. If Bruce Wayne wanted to fight criminals, he will, first of all, will produce enough working places for common citizens, so they do not feed the gangs with jobless, hopeless people, with orphans who hanging on the street and have nothing else to do but became criminals. That's what we see. Egoism. It's all about me. Batman doesn't save my mommy, or something along those lines. I understand that she was a kid and she doesn't understand. Yet now she's shown as grown-up adult who doesn't have mental problems. Well, she's lesbian. Apparently she has some kind of. And in general, what we see, oppression apparatus in the shape of the crows team, right? I forget. Crows. Let's say crows. Oppression apparatus who is separating rich people from the poor people, because poor people do not get protection from the crows. There is police in the streets for common people. Can police protect common people or working people in such conditions? Probably not, if you need to create such a huge and terrible and terrifying and, I don't know, scary group of people, of professionals who will work for the money. And for the rich people, of course. Separation shown here very well. What is going on in modern American society and Western society in general, shown is very well in this first episode. Even from the beginning, they show you that you nothing. You get your police and like deal with that. We want to be protected by real police, like real professional army, real professionals who we pay for, and we will be fine, we will be safe. What those orphans do? Why do they do it? Their motivation is pretty much obvious in such conditions. Rich people are assholes, and they have to suffer. And if you want us working people to afraid of you, you like create conditions for us where we have no hope, where we have no future, where we have to get together in the criminal gangs to live in unlivable conditions, like penguin in canalization, in drainage, I guess. I don't know how to call it. You rich people create such conditions for us. Bruce Wayne creates such conditions for us. And we don't want to afraid of you. And yet, here comes the Trump. Sorry, I have to bring him here. Here comes the Trump. He came to save you. He is your hero. In this case, Batwoman. She comes to save you. But is she? No, in reality she came not to save you, not to fight criminals, not to fight criminal like society. No, it's not about you, silly. It's about rich people and those who are the gang. Yes, maybe in the future episodes she will fight. This episode, this moment when she fight with the main antagonist and with the chief of this gang, with this girl, and she is simply throwing away this remote control for the bomb. Does she think in this moment that this remote control can simply broke and give the signal for the bomb to like kill her father, all those people who sit over there, etc. Does she think about that? No, I bet not. All she interested in is to save her lover in these conditions. It's very interesting concept. We are the rich people. We have the army that will protect us. You got your police, maybe they will help, maybe they will not. Against them, the simple, pretty much, working people. Working people, those orphans are supposed to be on the workplace, have the job, not hanging around in the street and do the criminal stuff. No, they have to do the job. And who in charge of this? Wayne Enterprises, of course, the huge corporation, which is represented here in the form of Wayne Enterprises. This TV show is all about the propaganda. First of all, of course, liberal propaganda, which I don't really care about because it's irrelevant right now. But from other side, you see conditions that created for you, and yet you cheered it. Cheered the rich people, cheered the rich assholes who create such conditions, and then after they came and to save you. Like, look at me, I'm a bad woman, now I'm going to save you. I create a mess for millions, oh now I'm going to save a couple of you. Pretty much that what this Trump represents right now for American society. If you really believe that it's all about you, working people, if you really believe that Batman or Batwoman, it's all about saving you, working people, common people, no, it's not about you at all. It's about to create conditions, such conditions that simply unlivable for common people. And it's very important thing to understand about this kind of scenario, this kind of representation of American society, because it's going on for years already. How many years for Batman comics. How many years ago it was invented? And this concept is still are very appealing for people. They still waiting for some Jesus to came from the skies and save them. They still think that Batman will came and save them instead of doing like fight back. In such conditions, Joker was not against the government, police, or something along those lines. The Joker was real crime fighter against all the criminal elements that in the Gotham City. He are the savior, and yet you need some kind of leader to lead you through the everything. And people and rich people create for you false prophets. In these conditions, you have one side of the country have Bernie or Hillary for that matter, other side have Trump. They still not came here to save you. They still came to save themselves. They still create conditions that are unlivable, where people homeless, where people have no jobs, where people have trouble to check, etc. In general, what I wanted to talk about right from the first minutes of the pilot episode, it's the problem of egoism. No one cares about another people's opinion. No one cares about another people's worldviews, etc. Only if you agree with me, you are my friend. Maybe. And until the moment where you will you will disagree with me. Right in that moment, goodbye. Is it good mentality to get together and fight against the rich and corporations? To protect your rights, to protect your life, to protect your freedoms, if you believe that you are free in American society? Is it good to get together? Or egoism will work against you because there is you, only you, and no one else except you? It's very interesting and appealing topic to think about. I know that no one will. I know that everyone will be mad about liberal propaganda or gay shit or lesbian shit or something along those lines. No, that is not the problem at all. That's just simply a symptom of the huge problem that not only already grown up, but pretty much eating the modern society and already eat it, swallow it. You live inside of it. You live inside this problem. And all this LGBT, Trump, Hillary, Bernie, I don't know, Antifa, etc., it's all the symptoms of the bigger problem, which you don't want to see because you're so indoctrinated. I will say it over and over again. American people are very brainwashed. They very much indoctrinated, no matter which side you're on. If you don't even want to engage in debates, if you don't want to listen to another person's opinions, if you ban people left and right, whether you are on the left or on the right, you ban people who disagree with you. You're not taking other people or arguments. You think that you are right because you are American. Yes, it's American mentality. You are right because you're American. And it goes up and it goes on not only for United States, because like American, it's like we all live in America, as Rammstein sang. We all live in America one way or another, and they were right. Even the Japan is like part of the America. Whole European Union, Latin America, Mexico, Canada. We all living in America. maybe with exception of China. So try to get out of your shell, I guess. Try to walk outside of your beliefs and propaganda. Capitalism doesn't work for you. Doesn't. Even though if you believe it does. I didn't say follow the socialism. No, not in any case. I say capitalism doesn't work for you. And how to escape it or where is the exit, it's you to find, it's you to decide. Socialism, I don't know. I'm not an expert. I didn't say go follow socialism. As I said, Bernie, Hillary, Trump, I don't know who else. Name any politic right now. They all the same. They all have the same agenda. They all have the same mentality. And you want to believe in it, and you believe it. That simple as that. And this what is Batwoman is about, plus those symptoms which is shown in this case. That's what is really important, and not the show itself.